What is up, guys? Back in today with another reaction to Be Hero X, this time with episode 2. Really good first episode. Wasn't expecting it to be quite as good story-wise. I did again hear a lot of things about how good the animation is and the fight scenes, which were fantastic. But I was obviously questionable going in towards the story, as more often than not, usually the kind of like the best productions and fight scenes do come from series. I'm not too big of a fan of story-wise, but thought it was quite an interesting concept with our main character, whose name is going to be impossible to remember, considering I was struggling enough with the Japanese names, which I've been watching for years now. So yeah, this is pretty much impossible. But seeing the new nice and the cliffhanger at the end of the episode was crazy. So very much looking forward to seeing why specifically she had to die in his apartment. Like, what is the message being sent there? But yeah, do let me know what you guys think about this episode in the comments. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys did enjoy it, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date. As I said last week, one of the best things honestly was the pacing of the episode. I thought was really good. There wasn't a dull moment at all. Is this the guy that killed her? Looks like it. Here's the opening. I'm not sure we saw the opening or ending last week. Is that the guy we just saw? Okay, nice. Again, looks fantastic, doesn't it? I do remember, I think we might have saw the ending, because I do remember seeing some of these characters. Again, some really awesome shots here. I love that spine kind of being built there. That looked really cool. But yeah, I love the character designs as well, you know, the show. Character designs are really cool. Okay. Probably one of the best openings this season, from what I've seen. Especially, like, the song was good, but especially visually. More often than not, I much more care about the song than the visuals, but this is one of those rare occasions where the visuals outshine the song. Another different style now. Okay. Like I said, I was always wondering if this is an actual real relationship. I guess it kind of was. It was a dream. Honestly, that kind of sucks. Maybe this is a dream. she know that's not him, or is it? Yeah, she knows it's not him. He's dead. Yeah, because she doesn't seem awfully concerned. So yeah, it does. It was manufactured. You see this a lot with sometimes with actors, like I don't really have much knowledge. I'm not like in the industry or anything, but you often see, don't you, like especially like leads, especially like romances and such, like the lead female and male actors end up like getting together or something. Um, Sometimes that is probably natural, but I think more often than not, it's something engineered by production, or even if it's not engineered, it's like um, maybe you'd want there to be less complications, but I think it's good for kind of advertising your movies and such. Having a relationship like that, you always see people like fangirling over like potential like ships, and again like the potential of two actors being together, especially if they're working the same movie, and people eat that shit up. Again, you quite often see like two movie stars, and quite a lot of like married acting couples are like that as well. I think and have met like that. So again, there's definitely that happens naturally. But like I said, that like if you do manufacture something like this, it's good for business. So yeah, sometimes yeah, this stuff happens. Is what I'm trying to say. There's plenty of. I mean, the whole concept of like reality dating shows and stuff like that is just like a bunch of fake stuff set up like this to make it look like they're like the perfect relationship and the perfect couple and so on. They'd be perfect together. Damn, she talk a lot. So I doubt she was much different acting towards the original Nice. Yeah. I was gonna say if they were like a real couple, you wouldn't have expected him to off himself like that. Like maybe he would have at least told her or considered not doing it. Considered he's got a lovely girlfriend, but it was fake. Honestly, again, I'm not a big fan of that ending of last episode now. Don't get me wrong, I still really like the first episode, but that kind of sucks. I don't like things like that. It was just a dream. Yeah. Again, big horror fan. I've seen way too much of that shit. Nasty. Think this is cute. She's got a cute face. That's about it. You should give him a chance. She doesn't even know him. That fruit almost looks real. Really? Guess it goes with the name. Nice. Well, yeah. Looks like she did give him a little bit of a chance. And the size of that bed is just stupid. But yeah, like, why'd they do us like that? What was the point of faking her death? Was there a point to it? Kind of just seems it was just for crappy shock value. Or I was just talking rubbish there. Yeah, like I said, it just kind of it feels very cheap now, doesn't it? It just feels like, again, being a fan of horror movies during like the 2010s and such, that I was very familiar with cheap scares and cheap dream sequences to scare you. Sometimes they can be quite good, and creative. That's what I like about them in horror. They're actually like they're a creative way to kind of scare you, with it not actually being real. In a case like this was just a cheap way to try and shock you. Um, it wasn't like awfully imaginative. Like there wasn't anything like extraordinary about it. It was just her lying dead again. Whereas in comparison to the stuff I like that, it's like they go into like these dream sequences of crazy stuff that would never happen in the real world happening, and it breeds kind of creativity in that manner. Like I said, honestly, it just kind of feels like the end of the last episode was quite cheap now. Not sure about you guys. Like there was no meaning in it. Like what was the meaning of that? Like he didn't have any attachment to her other than he kind of fancied her from the outside, like on a fan basis. It was shocking. But other than that, like, what was the point? Understandable. Perhaps that shot. Hmm, I don't think this is the case, but perhaps. I was gonna say perhaps it's like in the future we see her like that, and it showed us in the wrong time. But no, we've now skipped a month, so that's very much not the case. Really, seems like a pretty terrible way to get two people. If anything, if they do hate each other, that would just make them hate each other more. They don't hate each other. Again, they actually seem to get along a little bit well. But not the. I wouldn't say that's the best thing to do. Just yeah, you know what? We'll lock them up till they fall in love. Very different pace of episodes there. A little bit slower, but I don't mind that at all. Ah, man. I know how many drones at your wedding. Here's the guy from the intro. Oh, maybe not. Wreck. Or maybe it is. I don't know. Can't see him. She does talk a lot. I'd get pissed off with this woman. Look at her. I think they did choose a really good voice actor for her though. And just like last week, unfortunately, I do have to watch this in Japanese dub, which isn't an issue. Japanese dub is awesome, but I would rather watch this in the original language. Man, all it took was making a swing to get her to marry you. Hmm. It's a tragedy. That doesn't. I feel like someone's gonna die. Like, yeah, surely they're just like rearrange, unless someone like dies or something crazy happens, right? Why don't we fake her death? Jesus, this guy really doesn't understand her powers. She can literally, as you saw her, she can literally just teleport to his side, which is just so annoying for this guy. Yeah, how did you miss? He is. Anything, I think this has actually made things worse for their relationship. Uh, people's views on their relationship. Yeah, he does seem ridiculous, doesn't he? He's literally just created this escape above the clouds. Nice. Wow, that was really awesome. You're not nice. Very nice. Ah, okay. I was gonna say they look quite similar. Are you just gonna let him die? No, I was gonna say I bet she dies anyway. Which is kind of what they wanted. So this is the second time she's died. That's fake blood. But yeah, I was kind of half expecting her to actually die. Uh, I almost feel bad for letting that guy die. He wasn't a proper like villain or anything. Not like he killed people or anything like that. He was just playing the villain as nice as counterpart. I mean, he did try and actually kill him this time, but like, I wouldn't say he had good reason, but we just saw, didn't we? Like, he had reason. Not sure we should. I think someone should have flown to him and saved his life, to be honest, instead of just letting him fall to his death. I don't think he's acting, is he? She's crying. Excuse me. She crying at his acting. Acting. Honestly, that's quite incredible. I don't think she was that type of woman. I do really like her though. She's honestly probably one of my favorite characters in this show. Not that we've got a massively big cast or anything yet, but I do like she does the stereotypical kind of manager role quite well. But she actually makes it quite charming. It's like it's obnoxious, but she is quite a charming lady as well. She's actually a much less annoying than this blonde girl. Again, I'm not too enamored by this death. I think the fact that they fake killed her last episode takes this like yeah. If anything, that negatively affected the story, in my opinion. It makes anything to do with her, even faking her death, less interesting to me because she already died once. We got the fucking holiday top ready. Okay. Oh, she left the gun? She left the gun that can teleport her anywhere she wants? Fuck, I wouldn't be leaving that. There's the interviewer. Has he figured this out? This trust value shit very much seems like something from Black Mirror, doesn't it? God Eye. Okay, one of those guys looks a little bit like Bounded from Made in Abyss. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Decent episode today. Decent. Like I said, I'm really not a fan of the whole fake death. I wouldn't say it's ruined this episode or anything. Like, it wasn't a major moment, but it did just create less impact, in my opinion. I don't know why they had that. What was the point? What was the point? But yeah, it was a decent episode. And a little bit more relaxed of an episode today, in terms of just seeing Nice and the blonde woman just kind of getting along a little bit. Her actually talk to someone that doesn't seem majorly narcissistic. I do wonder if he might evolve in that direction, though. I feel like you see that a lot with celebrities and people. Once they gain a position of power, they end up turning into a different person. He hasn't yet. It doesn't seem. But it kind of felt like he was going to be, judging by that end segment with her going into like a beautiful beach, whereas he was still confined to this place, and he's going to now be aiming for the top 10. Like, I'm not. Is that like his actual wish? I'm not really sure. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Like I said, decent episode. Not as good as the first episode, in my opinion. The action scene was awesome though, as usual, as with the first part. Kind of makes sense that the only way to get out of this would be to kill her off. Like I said, I'm actually a little bit surprised that she didn't actually die. It's almost shocking that she didn't, in terms of like plot twist kind of stuff, and actually successfully faked her death. Done a bit of a Michael Jackson, Elvis Presley on her. But yeah, it was a good episode. As I said, it's just like it's just, again, I just got a really sour taste in my mouth. I keep bringing up from that fucking fake death. What was the point? There was absolutely no point in that. Maybe you could say that was foreshadowing her fake death here. I don't think that's the case. And even if it is, like, what was the point? Like, it's totally unnecessary, in my opinion. Yeah, it was a good episode. Mainly focused on her. We do get to see a bit more of our main character, and again, just see how he still is like a human. He still is kind of in the realms of humanity. He did mention during the episode though that, I'm not sure if it's like the powers that he's gained, but something is turning him into like a more OCD, and he does care a bit more about perfection. And like I mentioned earlier, will he turn into what Nice ended up being? But is it just like a revolving line of these people? We don't know anything before the previous one, but it could be one of those things where maybe he'll follow the same footsteps. Everything will go as it did with the last Nice, and then someone else will take his position. Will turn, their personality will change into what the previous ones have, and then it's just like it's destined to just continue this cycle of Nices offing themselves because they totally change who they are and lose themselves. Who knows? It kind of again felt at the end here with that scene. Maybe I'm misjudging it, but I feel like he was like getting taken over in a sense of like there's like freedom here and like the power to do anything you want, and then there's like confinement of wanting to become the top 10 and like that very much being a corporate thing. And I'm not sure if that's his actual dream. It could very well be. Like I said, I'm not sure if I'm understand the scene correctly, but it's almost like he is that is like the opposite of freedom. Very much feels like it with the whole manager, Elle, her name is, I think, and stuff like that. Especially considering the blonde woman's position and that she was pretty much trapped here. But yeah, do let me know what you guys thought about this episode in the comment section. Like I said, good episode, not quite as good as the first one, but still a really good episode apart from that horrible thing that I've been mentioning the whole episode. Leave a like on the video if you guys did like, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date with these reactions though. And I'll see you guys next week with episode 3.